Well, hello. I'm on my cell phone today, and I have a little bit of laryngitis that I'm getting over. I'm on my cell phone today because I'm going to do something a little bit different since I can't really edit together a good video today. So I thought I would take you behind the scenes rather than try to film a pen video for posterity. So let's take a look at where the magic happens. Now, and how it happens. And keep in mind that I am censoring a little bit because this is my private home and there's just parts of it I don't want you to see. So let's take a look. So the magic actually happens over here. I have a fold-out desk that is mounted to the wall. I have two big lights. This one is turned on because I have to move it whenever I use the front door. But they're just simple LED lights. They were much smaller than the old fluorescent lights I used to use. They've got, adjustable settings for dimmer and how much yellow you want in the lights, so you can kind of control the color temperature, shall we say. I have some additional spotlights here that just help light up the pens. And I have a desk lamp that is also used as a desk lamp, but right now I have it on just to provide general illumination to the set. And yeah, my desk isn't perfect. I'm kind of a slob. This light I was hoping to use, but it just wasn't feasible. It used to be my living room light by the couch, but it quit working on the setting I liked because some of the LEDs in it started just blinking. So I thought, well, maybe I'll use it on a setting I don't like, and no, I don't like it. So I may just have to get rid of it. And we'll just sit at the captain's chair here, look at a couple other things, and then we'll dive into some of the technical side. But first of all, now you're seeing some of my private stuff. This, I was dusting, that's what that blue cloth is. This is my microphone, and usually the computer sits right here because the microphone is plugged into it. I usually have my cell phone sitting over here somewhere. I don't today because I'm using it to film this, but I use the cell phone to run the camera that's on me. And, I have pens for upcoming videos, pens for upcoming reviews. So these are first impressions, these are reviews. And then I've got a couple others because I want to do a video soon on pocket pens. So I've been pulling together that. And the video I planned to film today is I was going to fix this pen, which is a Lamy 25P, but that's not going to happen because of the whole laryngitis thing. But the camera I use to film the writing samples is this Canon. It's a Canon Vixia. I'm trying to remember what the model is. There we go. Canon Vixia HF R800. It's a nice little camcorder. It's actually really nice for doing stuff outside too. And it has just enough manual settings that you can, to satisfy me. The tripod is a K&F Concept. I love this arm. I remember the days when I used to straddle that tripod to film my writing samples because I would tip the camera that I was using back then straight down. But this is much nicer. All I have to do is rotate it 180 degrees, as you can see. And when I'm filming, I learned I want to keep this at an angle because I can write much more comfortably. And of course I can flip this down and see what I'm recording, which right now is nothing. The other camera is usually run on my cell phone. I got this used from B&H Photo. This is a Leica, what the heck is it? Leica Deluxe 7, which replaced the camera that, I don't wear my shoes indoors. This replaced the camera that last year did a dramatic fall to the floor, or to the ground in the wind. So this is actually a really good camera. I'm thrilled with it, and I actually carry this with me a lot to do outdoor photography instead of my big camera because it's so light and portable. And I love it here, all the manual settings. I wish I had more control over the manual settings while I'm running remote control, while I'm sitting back there in the captain's chair. But unfortunately, Leica's software is not as good as what I used before. But I am so thrilled with this camera. So I don't know, kind of half and half. I learned to run this light in the background, just kind of helps everything make more sense. I learned not to run this light, although I think the effect is cool, so I run it when I'm by myself sometimes. And sitting up down here on the floor, when I do live streams, this isn't really the kind of quality camera that I would want for a regular video. But for a live stream, I can't remember if I have to turn it when I do the live, when it's writing sample or when it's on me. But anyway, for a live stream, there we've got, looking at whatever I'm writing, tip it up, and some more. Now we can look at me. And it has a surprisingly good microphone. So that's a IPEVO, what the heck, VZR document camera. I'd originally bought it to use at school, but I have found options I prefer over this, so I no longer use this option. And yeah, these two spotlights here are what they look like. They are super cheap things that I bought at the local Ace Hardware here in my little small town. But they work. The only thing I think I could do better is put some sort of diffuser over them, like an old sheet or something. You know, it's LED lights. It's not like they're going to get too hot. So something I'm thinking about for the future, especially, you know, you look at these lights, they have a diffuser on them, so why not? Just a quick look at a few other things. Of course, down here, I have the ink that I've made famous. Some Geha cartridges because, I don't know, they're there. Somebody recently sent me a bottle of, no, sorry, this isn't what was sent to me. This is a bottle of Lamy Blue Black or black, or, sorry, blue or something that came with a pen. I was recently sent a bottle of a Pelikan Blue Black. And up here I've just got some of my more frequently used inks and a random bottle of Pilot Blue, which isn't frequently used. Pilot Blue Black. No, not Pilot Black. This is Sailor Epinard. Pelikan Royal Blue. Omas Gray. I don't know why it's there. Schaefer Blue. Don't know why it's there. Oh, I sound disorganized. What the hell is that? No, I don't know. Oh, sorry, it's blue. So I've got 2 bottles of Pelikan Royal Blue. I remember that now. This is actually Pelikan Black. This is some kind of Girbon that I can't find its box. And this is a Blue Nose Bear, which I don't know why it's up here. So, yeah, that's just a quick look at some inks that I have up here. And of course, my wireless, my pens in use notebook, my review notebook, and down here I've got my old First Impressions notebook and the new First Impressions notebook, and some other random notebooks. Back here, just some inks that I have in boxes, basically my inks that I use the most. This drawer is open because I've got a few more inks in there. And then I've got ink in this box. And, whoops, I don't want to close my lid on that light. This box is empty. But I've talked before, I've got I can't open it. I've talked before, I need 2 hands to open it. I've talked before, I've got a dream of putting drawers in it to either have pen repair projects or to maybe storing, but probably pen repair projects, because most of the pen repair projects are stored in this disaster, which makes them kind of hard to sort. So I'd like something more organized. Actually, I wonder if these would work as drawers. Something to consider. Anywho, that's the physical setup. Oh yeah, and I guess I've got a couple. Okay, so now that you've seen the physical setup, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load all this footage, and usually I have B-roll and A-roll footage, but I don't have it this time because of voice. So I'm just going to edit this footage together and give you an idea how I do that and show you a couple of my tricks that I have to make things work. and how I make titles, how I deal with the A-roll and B-roll, how I classify A-roll and B-roll, and some other things. So let's take a look behind the scenes some more. All right, so we're going to look at the technical side of this now. So we're in Evernote, which is a program I use for just about everything, from my shopping lists to research to, the videos, to keeping track of things at school. So I don't want to get into all that today. What I wanted to start with is my channel planning document. Now, I put a link in my community tab earlier about Thomas Frank, and he had quite an incredible template that he uses on a program called Notion. And one of the things I liked on it was a Kanban board, and you can just drag things from category to category. Well, Evernote doesn't have that option. But what I found, and I moved this First Impressions Waterman Reflex over here just so you could demonstrate, I can move things from category to category with this. So we're just going to go Option X, or not Option, Command X. We cut it, and we'll just paste it over here. And whoops, didn't mean to do that. We'll paste it over here in the Published category. So I can do a Kanban board. It's just not as cool as it is on Notion, where you just drag it from category to category. Now, normally this video wouldn't be a black note down here. It would be probably over in filming by now, and it would have a page ready and everything. But I'm not quite to that point because I wanted to demonstrate how I set these up. So we're going to go to the Waski Squirrel notebook, and we're going to create a new notebook, and we're going to call it Note Behind the Scenes. So title, Behind the Scenes. And then I have a template I use for all of my videos. I've done several versions because I tried to do there's a new tasks list and feature in Evernote, but I found out I can't use them with templates. So I've got the newest version of my pen video template, and it has a whole bunch of things on it. I found out I really don't use all of this, but it is a good reminder every so often of things that I do use or do need to do. So I usually don't check them off, but if I wanted to, this is the same feature I use for my grocery list, because I walk around with my little cell phone and just check off the groceries as I pick them up. But anyway, so we're just going to delete all this. Video notes. So usually I put something intelligent in for my video notes, and this will go in my YouTube video description. So let's say, I'll take a look behind the scenes how my fountain pen videos are made. I will probably edit some more later, add a little bit more. This stuff, again, it's handy up until I film the video, then I don't care anymore. So doesn't apply, so we'll just delete it. YouTube video link. Well, I won't know till I publish it. Pens in use, music, I'm not using it, but that's part of my template. For high resolution videos, visit. Well, there won't be any photos for this, but let's say I wanted a photo for this. I'd go to share, and I just enable here, and then copy the link. But it's not applicable here, so we'll just take that out. So now I've got to edit footage together. So I'm filming this in Camtasia. So I'm going to take a moment here, go to my cell phone, which hopefully you can see me going to my cell phone. I'm trying. Whoops, I'm screwing up. And I'm going to airdrop all the footage that I just took and put it on my laptop. And there you go. We're receiving the 3 videos from my iPhone. And I don't want you to see some of my private files, so we'll pick you up after I get those organized onto the desktop. All right, so now that I've moved everything, let's import the video. So I'll just go File, Import. So I use a program called Camtasia. In fact, I'm using it right now. Turned out to be a very handy piece of software to have during the lockdown when I couldn't meet my students in person. But we're going to import some media. So I do everything in Dropbox. That way it's backed up. I know, probably not the best, but it is what it is. So Dropbox. I'm going to go to, this is a special, but before I go to specials, I'm going to go to first impressions, because I just want to show you kind of what I do. So this is the upcoming video for Waterman Forum. This is the B-roll footage, and I've got the audio portion, and I've got the video that was filmed on the camcorder. Later, when I actually film the rest of it, I'll film me talking, the A-roll, so I'll have an additional audio and video file. But we're going to get a special here. So I created a folder. It's behind the scenes. I like to name, if it's dated material, I like to put, I format it year underscore month underscore day. But a year really only matters here. So there's the 3 files that I've filmed. I don't have separate audio and video this time because, well, I don't. It's not that type of file. So now they're imported, and I'm not deleting this. I'm just hiding that. And we're going to start to edit it together. So I'll give you a tip for free. One of the things about syncing audio and video that are filmed separately, you need a visual to go with the audio. So what I usually do is, and then I'll show you the waveform. I get 3 claps that are visible on both the audio and the video. So let's take a look at it. So right here is where I made those 3 claps. And if I zoom in on the audio portion, they're quite distinctive as 3 claps. And then if I had the audio and video were separate, then I could match up the claps and make everything match up so it doesn't look like a foreign movie where that's been badly dubbed. But to edit the video together, usually you have to know what order you want it. So this isn't first. So first thing I have to put in my intro. And then I'll spare you this, but I have to go through it. And we'll scrub forward a little bit. Take out the awkward pauses. Go through, maybe I said something I didn't mean to say, or maybe I showed something I didn't mean to show. Maybe I cleared my throat too much. Kind of part of my problem right now with this laryngitis thing going on. Lots of things. So I'm going to go through and scrub this first clip. Then we'll talk some more. All right, so one piece of magic is the ripple delete. So this first portion of the clip here, I didn't say anything. I was just trying to figure out my angle. So that much of it I don't need. So what I can do is I hit the Command Delete key in Camtasia, just takes everything out and then moves everything else over to fill it in. And if you're trying to keep audio and video in sync, very useful tool right there. I'm not a real heavy editor of my videos. I don't do a script. I know what I'm going to say, but I don't have a script. So you'll see me make mistakes and things, and I just leave them in. Now right here, you can see I did another ripple delete. When you were watching the original tour, where I'd already filmed this, I couldn't figure out what that bottle of Pelican Black was, and I knew it wasn't Pelican Black. And I spent a long time trying to figure it out and just kind of a lot of silence. So I left enough in to get, kind of the humor, but I took most of it out and just jumped to, oh yeah, here's what it is. I'm stupid. So ripple deletes are handy. So I always like to do a title screen. My favorite title screens usually have a picture of me overlaid with a picture of the pen. Now, I don't have a good picture of a pen in this video, so, pens in use, I have kind of a standard backdrop. But anyway, so let's scrub back a lot. Back to when it was just my face. So way back. And I usually, depends on the pen, but sometimes I try to find a good one or a goofy one. Or, I look displeased or something, or I look awkward, or, oh, that's awkward. And there's a relatively clear version of it. So I'm going to export that. Export frame as, we'll call it title 1. And then I need a good backdrop to superimpose that over. And to me, a natural behind the scenes would be a view of my set. So let's scrub back a lot further than that. Let's zoom out. There we go. So here we're looking at my set. I think I'm going to superimpose myself on this right here. I'm kind of thinking, where am I going to put the title? Because that bright window kind of messes up my usual white titles. So I want an extensive dark area. So I think that's the best we're going to get. So I think I can superimpose my face onto that. So we'll export that as title 2. So those are both exported as PNG files. Now I'm going to fire up a program called GIMP. So we go to videos. Behind the scenes. So we got title 1, title 2. And then I'm just going to control click on it. And we're going to go open with GIMP. GIMP stands for something. Graphics Image something. Manipulator program. Sounds good to me. It's open source software. Oh, new image manipulation program. GNU. Okay, that was blurrier than it looked, but we're just going to go with it because it's going to be a small thumbnail anyway, so who cares? So I'm going to use what's called Smart Scissors, which is intelligent about finding edges. See how it's mostly sensing the edge of my finger there? Yeah, we're going to have to do some fixing. But I'm just going to get the rough in. This used to be a lot easier back when I was still filming in front of the green screen. But it's not that much harder now. Oh, yeah, chopped out a lot of my cheek. And yeah, there's a pen I was thinking about filming. Oh well. A viewer from Texas gave me that pen. So now I got a complete selection. So now we're just going to go around. We're going to fix. Oh, come on. Damn it. Some of these different spots here. That looks good. Probably hair doesn't matter, but let's get the full poof of my hair. My barber told me I have nice thick hair, so I want to show it off. There we go. So we got the whole thing selected. It used to be when I would press return, it would be surrounded by dancing dotted lines to show the selection, but now it just disappears, which makes me uncomfortable. But anyway, we're going to edit, and we'll copy. We're going to flip over to the other picture. We're going to go edit, paste. And there's my horrifyingly large face being pasted. So one thing with that layer is it's way too big. Usually I scale it down 75. Whoops. Let's try that again. Usually I scale it down about 75%. So we'll see if that works, but I have the feeling it needs to be scaled down more because I'm usually not that horrifyingly large. That's not too bad. It's not great. And usually I'll place it down in this corner. But because I'm going to have to put my title there, I'm going to put myself in this corner this time. And we're just going to have to live with this. Okay, and now we need a title. So I usually like to use white. I used to try matching the pen, but that just was too much work. So I have a standard size font. I use 160 as my size. And then the font I typically use, I kind of like the Bauhaus font. And I like those old Bauhaus book covers, if you've ever seen those. But what I use is a font called Futura. And I just found ultra bold condensed works the best for me. So we'll call this Behind the Scenes. Oops, Scenes has a C in it. Colon. There we go, that sounds fun. Waski. Will Squirrel fit? Almost! I like how that looks though. So I'm going to just drag the whole thing down just a tiny bit so the L, whoop, undo, move the wrong layer. So I want to move the font layer. There. And then just to help it stand out, even though it's not visible, I like to use a drop shadow. So light and shadow, drop shadow. Then it does a whole bunch of math and puts a little drop shadow behind all the letters. And now, if I'm happy with it, which this isn't one of my best titles, but we're going to go with it. We are going to layer. We are going to, image. We're going to flatten the image so it's all one layer. And then under filters, generic. I like the National Geographic filter. That's what I use on all my titles. So we're going to go with that. I've never changed any settings, so let's see what it does. Of course, I sped that up a bit for you, but you can see it just kind of made it more contrasty. And the colors, I don't know, a little more grainy or something. But now I'm going to export it as a JPEG, which I'll call title. Because, it has to be in JPEG or else the file's too large to use as a thumbnail on YouTube. And yeah, you lose quality when you do a JPEG, but it's a thumbnail, so who cares? All right, so now I have a title screen. I'm not going to save this. So as you can see, I've got a lot of files now. After I upload this, I'm going to delete all but the title and the file that I'm going to make from this video, the final version I will upload. Because I filled up my Dropbox. So I've had to go through and delete all these extra raw files. And really, how often do I go back and use them? So, yeah, most of this will get deleted. Which is a shame, because it would be nice to be able to keep it. I could get a couple of external hard drives and stuff and keep it, but I'm not a professional videoer. I am just a hobbyist. So, and nothing I make is great art. So this is just how it is. So there are some important considerations when you go to export your file. So I'm going to go export and local file. Yes, I could just send it to YouTube or Vimeo, but which I use both, by the way. But we're going to go local file because I get a little more control. Plus, I can back it up on Dropbox. So I have to give it a title, but this is a fake anyway because I have to export the real export after I film this part. So I just want to go to options. So frame rate, I found automatic works for me. As far as dimensions, surprisingly, Camtasia now does 4K, but not all of my cameras are capable of 4K, so I've been sticking with 1920 by 1080 HD. And yeah, I preserved the aspect ratio, and it just fits within size. And that's why the screenshots didn't quite work, because that's a little shorter and wider than my actual computer screen. The other stuff I've never messed with. It seems to be good. Optimized for streaming or download. I don't know. It's on YouTube and Vimeo, so I'm guessing streaming. And then the rest of it, again, I've just been able to do automatically. I'll just hit cancel here in case I change something by accident. And because it's Camtasia, I can export this as a web page, so I can include quizzes, SCORMs, whatever they are, and tables of contents. But then you can't use YouTube, you have to use Camtasia as a special TechSmith website where you can do training videos and stuff with little quizzes and things in them and do these as lessons. But that's not what I do with them. So we'll cancel this because I got to record an end to this video. Okay, so it turns out the gimbal battery died while I was filming all this. So we'll just do this holding in my hand, but I've got it on my knee, and just trust me. So anyway, this wasn't the video I planned for today, but my voice said no. So we'll just do a one-off pen special thingy. But you know, I try to improve my technique every year. Sometimes I get better equipment. Sometimes I just improve my editing. Sometimes I improve my lighting. Sometimes I improve my skill level. You know, a lot of the changes I've made to the channel, yes, some have cost money. Others just come as a result of me learning things. In fact, the majority of it is me learning things and just improving my technique. And that's free. And that's why I'm making this video, is I'd like you to be able to improve your technique if you're into the whole YouTube thing. Maybe there's a tip or two here that's useful for you. Like, don't record when you have laryngitis. Learned that one when I did it with the Pilot Custom 823. A review I was very excited to film, and then the day I went to film it, doggone, my voice was gone. So that wasn't a good day. But I decided to film this with laryngitis anyway because I've missed a whole bunch of December videos because I've been so darn busy. And I've been going to catch up on videos and get ahead, but laryngitis for the last few days. So this has been fun. So I've been just isolating at home. I hope laryngitis doesn't mean COVID, but I've got that fear. So I've been isolating at home till the symptoms go away. Plus with temperatures that are not rising above 0 degrees Fahrenheit, it's just really no reason to go outside. So yeah, it's easy to isolate at home. I've been doing lots of reading and note-taking and decluttering instead. Although now I have about 4 trash bags out in the kitchen that makes me look like a hoarder, but it's trash bags that will go out when I feel like going outdoors again. So anyway, I hope this was interesting, at least to get an idea, you know, some of the technology and some of the technique and the set that I use. I didn't explain my lighting probably as much as I should have, but, you know, I kind of got a balance between getting too technical and being technical enough. You know, you can kind of see one light sort of shines behind me into my side, the other one more directly into my face. So that light I was pointing out that I turn on, that sort of represents the light that's behind me, but doesn't actually do anything. And, you know, Camtasia, why Camtasia? At the time, I thought I'd be doing a lot more videos where I'd be doing screen recordings, and I don't. If I had it to do over, would I pick Camtasia? I honestly don't know. You know, I use several Adobe products for other things. Maybe I would like Adobe Premiere. Or, what is it? Apple's Final Cut Pro is like their only professional software that they have not discontinued. Yeah, I was kind of bitter about Aperture being discontinued. So maybe I would have liked that too. But Camtasia is the horse I'm riding, and I'm just going to continue riding it because it's the horse I know. Every so often you should reevaluate the software you're using, but when you're good at a piece of software, is it worth changing? Yeah, maybe I could get something more out of this other software, but is it worth the time it would take? So that's where I'm at with Camtasia. And they're really good about improving, so maybe I'll just stick with that horse. That's kind of Evernote also. Thomas Frank, who I'll put a link to his video down in the video description, did an interesting behind the scenes where he talked about how he uses Notion. I've played with Notion, but Evernote is my horse, and I've been using it for years. I have huge resources built up on it. I can't see a reason to change. I'm very happy with Evernote. Could I do more with Notion? Absolutely. But I'm able to do what I want with Evernote. And I know how to do it with Evernote, whereas I'm going to have to learn it with Notion. So, maybe every 5 or 10 years, evaluate the software you're using, but don't change for the sake of change. Change because you want to do something better. So anyway, I hope this had something useful for you. Thank you if you put up with it this far with my horrible voice. And I promise to rest this more. Be glad I didn't record Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. And hopefully by the time I record Friday's Pens and Use, it's back to normal. So I want to thank you for watching. Talk to you later. And we'll talk one more time this year. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.